What's up, guys, and welcome back to FAMcast. This is episode 42, and this is probably my favorite podcast of the year. It's E3 time. We're only a week away. Tim and I and Trey and Moon Pickle are going to be landing in LA exactly a week from now to spend our week with E3 festivities. So since it's so close, we haven't done our prediction video yet. So Tim and I are here to discuss what we want to see, what we think is realistic to see, our wildest hopes and dreams that will never come true. So we're just kind of going to go in order of press conference. That way we just kind of get through all the publishers and maybe some of the others that don't fit in those categories as well. But to start us off, next Saturday we've got EA's press conference, which I know, Tim, that's probably your personal favorite.
I cannot wait. I mean, everything about EA is perfect in my mind.
Right. I mean, they're definitely not the villains of the
Nope.
gaming industry, right?
They get a bad rep, but if you really think about it, they're doing everything the right way.
Right. So with EA, like I said, we'll just go back and forth here until we run out of, predictions. So
Okay.
I'll start off with mine, and mine's an easy one. We know we're going to see Anthem.
Right?
Anthem we saw last year, and it looked great. I mean, it as far as graphically, it looked interesting, kind of like Destiny-esque in a way. I'm not sure if maybe that's their answer to Destiny. We don't even know how it plays. I honestly haven't even heard any rumors about how it plays. So I'm guessing this year we're definitely going to see some gameplay. Or more gameplay, I should say, and probably more details on mechanics. And I think we're going to get a release date. I think it's either going to be this holiday or it's going to be Q1 of 2019.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, when you saw Anthem last year, what did you think?
So I was super stoked because I was a big fan of Destiny, right? I like Destiny a lot, and I'd like to have another game like Destiny. And it really got promoted hard about the whole Xbox One X, though. That was the big thing with Anthem, right? They really pushed it hard. The Xbox One X is going to be able to play this game! And that was their big push with it, right?
Yeah.
So it looked good. It looks fun. And if they can really take what Destiny has given people and then build on top of that and actually do Destiny better, that would be fantastic. My only fear is that it's EA. And
Correct.
I'm going to have to buy my way into being one of the top dog players. That's
Right.
That's my biggest fear. I think it'll play well. I think you're right. I think they probably thought about coming out this year, but I bet it gets pushed to next year sometime, for first quarter next year, due to not wanting to compete against a lot of other big titles.
Okay. And like you said, I'm worried because it's EA as well. I even heard Zach Maley say something about they heard a lot of the armor pieces are they have a loot box style system, which I don't know. Who knows what we can really believe at this point with rumors.
Right.
I think
Loot
they
box
learned
style systems are good. I don't mind them. I don't mind loot box style systems as long as it's all in-game loot box style systems.
As long as it's purely aesthetic, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It should never have any impact on the actual gameplay itself. And because I agree, loot boxes are fun.
It depends. So
Okay.
if you look at a game like Mass Effect 3,
Okay.
Mass Effect 3 had an in-game currency. Now, granted, you could also buy money to buy more crates, and that I don't think should have been part of it. But there are those. Or Borderlands. Borderlands is another good one. Loot crates, in my mind, should all be in-game currency. Nothing should be microtransaction currencies to make you a better player. Correct?
Sure.
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. But there are games I still like the thought of random loot, though.
Sure.
And if that's how my random loot is through these loot crates, oh man, I just did this mission, I have $300, whatever it's going to be currency in this mission. I want to use my money to buy a loot crate that I got. Maybe I can get a better gun, something like that. That I'm okay with. I don't mind if it's going to make me better. But I don't need to be able to pay money to make me better. That's all I'm asking.
Sure. You don't want that to be the only way.
Correct. Well, I don't think it should be a way at all. I don't mind loot crate style systems in terms of, but it has to be in-game currency. Does that make sense? Am I confusing you?
So you want the loot boxes to be spent on in-game currency that you earn.
Right. I don't think I should be able to use real money to buy in-game loot
Oh,
boxes.
gotcha. I completely misunderstood. I see what you're saying now. You don't
Right,
think
'cause
people should like it shouldn't be pay to win in the sense of you spend real
Correct.
money.
Correct. Like,
Okay.
if you want to have a loot crate style system, that's fine. Make it all in-game currency.
Sure. But
Because then it gives you that like sense of gambling of like, oh man, I might get a really good gun out of this. But then you might not.
and we've talked about it before, but I hate calling loot boxes gambling because in my mind, gambling means you can lose everything that you put into it. Whereas loot boxes, even if you spent real money, you still have a chance of getting something for your money. You're never going to spend money and get nothing in return.
Correct.
So
correct,
in my
correct.
mind, that's why it's not gambling because you get something. You know what
You
the
do.
expectations
You're right. You're right. You're right.
are. But we could go on and on about that.
Okay.
Back to you. So mine's Anthem. What do you think we're going to see from EA this year?
So, you know for a fact we're going to see Battlefield 5, right?
Correct. Yep.
And I think they will, because all we really got was a teaser, right?
Correct.
So, like a little teaser trailer. I think they will show off some campaign, or maybe a little bit of campaign, but I think they'll actually emphasize on a battle royale mode. I think they're really going to show off their battle royale mode and how it works. I think games are going that way, and battle royale modes in general are one of those genres that people are going to oversaturate it, right? I mean, it's going to get oversaturated.
it's already oversaturated in my opinion.
Right, and it is. But it's not necessarily a bad thing with this game, with games. And the only reason I say that is, like, for Battlefield 5, for example, like, that game could do really well with a Battle Royale mode. Call of Duty could do really well with a Battle Royale mode. The game mode works. If it works, I don't mind it being in every game, as long as it works, because it's a hyper-competitive game mode. Like, it's good.
Right. And in my mind, it fits perfectly for Battlefield anyways. Like, they're already used to the large-scale fights.
Right.
And like you mentioned, I have no issue with it being a game mode, as long as they don't make that like the full, like the only thing you can do in the game.
Right. It should be an additional thing, not an only thing.
And we'll get into it later with other games that I think we'll see announced. But other games, I don't mind if they announce like, hey, we've got this game coming, plus we've got a battle royale mode coming.
Right.
It just gives you the option. So I'm perfectly okay as long as it's an option and not something that they're forcing down people's throats. Like, this is the way that you play this game now. It's battle royale or nothing.
Right.
I mean, that's how Fortnite even started. It didn't even start as a battle royale.
Right, it didn't, and the single player was great. Like the Save the World was phenomenal. Like, I really liked the Save the World stuff that they had.
And here they are now, being like in my opinion, I feel like they kind of overthrew PUBG.
They did, for sure. Especially in terms of player base, they definitely did. There's things that make both really, really good, and I enjoy both for different reasons. But if you ask for pure player base, it's Fortnite.
Right, and we did get confirmation that Battlefront 5 is coming out this year. Is that correct? Battlefield 5? Yeah, my bad.
I believe so. I do. Yes, actually, yes. It's October.
Okay,
it is October.
That's what I thought. And then it's World War II?
World War II.
And I apologize because I'm not as up to date with like Call of Duty's Battlefield, so I knew you'd be the answer. Anything else for you as far as EA goes?
As far as EA,
Battlefield.
Just that I'm sure we'll also get a beta release date.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty solid on always doing the. Didn't they do that with Battlefield 1? Like pretty much right when it was announced, they let you. Like,
and that would be really neat if they did the same thing. Like, it's always good. That was always one of my favorite parts of E3 is like, well, I guess watching it at house is like, and you can play it now.
Oh yeah,
and you're just like,
for sure.
Yeah,
I hope we get some of those announcements too.
It'd be nice.
Honestly, Nintendo's kind of done a good job of that recently, even though they haven't been really big announcements. But when they did like their Pokemon conference thing, being able to say like, hey, we've got Pokemon Let's Go coming, but right now you can play Pokemon Quest.
Right.
Which I know it's not a big game, but it's something that I can put on my Switch like right before I go to bed.
And it's free.
It's free. Like you can't complain about a free game in my opinion. Like just don't play it if you don't want it. It's free.
Right.
But I'll go ahead and throw mine out there. I think we're gonna see another Star Wars title, and I know that's maybe not as likely as I'd hope.
Right.
But from what I heard, I thought Respawn was making a Star Wars title. Is that
I've heard that. I've
Okay.
heard the rumors of that. Trey actually also said he thinks he'll see a new Star Wars game as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure it was a Respawn Star Wars title, and it was a third-person game. Granted, who knows what that is? Whether it's bounty hunters, Jedi's, who knows where it takes place? Is it Old Republic? Is it more
I wouldn't mind
modern?
another Force Unleashed as long as it was good and not number 2.
Right. At this point, EA has had the entire Star Wars license for 5 years, maybe, if not more.
And I heard that was running out, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I heard that was running out.
I hope so, because honestly, the fact that they've had the entire Star Wars license, solely on them, they've only come out with Battlefront and Battlefront 2.
Both of which were meh, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
both of which
honestly,
were a disappointment for sure.
right.
And I mean, I'll say, like, we had fun with it, the times that we played, but it wasn't fun enough to, like, keep me interested. I'm like,
No, we didn't
oh, yeah,
go
this
back
is cool.
to it.
Yeah, we played
We
maybe
played it
a
for
week.
what, a week? Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my prediction. I'm hoping that if it's not Respawn, really anyone else from EA just throwing out another Star Wars title. But if I had to bet, I would probably put my money on Respawn.
Yep, I agree.
All right, what about you, Tim?
So I don't know if we'll see it, but what I would really like to see is a Plants vs Zombies 3.
Yes.
Like not Garden Warfare. Granted, if they gave us Garden Warfare 3, I wouldn't be upset because I do like Garden Warfare quite
It's
a
fun.
bit. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
is a lot of fun. It is one of the few EA games that I actually have sat down and played a ton of. But I would like an actual Plants vs Gardens 3, not a mobile game either. Like Plants vs Gardens 3, PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4, what have you. I want a good tower defense game, and I feel like, especially, I feel like if they took the graphics and the beauty of Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare and they made it strictly a tower defense strategy game like that, it would be amazing.
It would.
It would be so good. So I would love to see that.
Because it transitioned well from the, in my opinion, because it started off as like the mobile games. It came to like every platform where you just have like the 4 or 5 rows. And I
think it was a PC game originally.
Okay.
But
it was out however long ago, and that was fun in itself, just with the rows.
Right.
But something that you're talking about, to where it's like a true tower defense game, to where you have like multiple lanes that branch off, setting up towers strategically along the way. I think that would be great because I have not played a good tower defense game in I don't know how long, and that probably since Plants vs Zombies 2, honestly.
Yeah.
And they all seem to be mobile anymore. Like, you never see any good tower defense games on PC.
Well, and the problem with Plants vs. Zombies 2 is they killed it because they had tons of microtransactions. The only way to get good plants was microtransactions. And I'm not talking, oh, here's $10, give me this really good plant. I know it was to get like a really good plant, it cost hundreds of dollars.
That's insane and really unfortunate.
Crazy. And it's how you kill your game. Like, people
It's how
buy
you kill
it.
your brand.
But yeah, it's how you, right, like that's all you are is a money grab. I mean, it's annoying. Like that's what made Plants vs Zombies 1 so good, was that it was just unlocks as you go. Everybody wants to unlock stuff as you progress. That's what makes games fun. Not, oh, here's $20, give me this. Thank you.
Right. And not to get ahead, I just want to touch on something similar. Yeah. It's the way that Smash Brothers became, to where you didn't unlock characters in a fun way anymore. It's just like, play 10 matches. Oh, good.
Right.
You just unlocked Jigglypuff. It's like, I don't want that. I want to discover all these crazy ways to unlock these characters.
Hidden ways to unlock people.
Yes. For sure.
Yes.
But yeah, when you make it just so straightforward, it gets very boring. Let's see. So that was yours? Yours was Plants vs.
That was my latest. That was the one I said. Yep.
Okay. Mine, honestly, I don't have too much more for EA, which I think I showed you my list, so you probably know that. We're going to get the typical sports titles. I'm not going to go into it. We're just going to see more Madden, 2K, FIFA. We're going to see all that. I don't really have much else for EA, and I feel bad, but I'm just not.
Need for Speed.
Oh, yeah.
It's another title that went downhill.
Yeah. What was the last one that they did last year? I forget.
I think it was just called Need for Speed, wasn't it? Breakout?
No, that was before.
Because that was before.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because it wasn't good. Because
Right.
You know why it's not good?
It was
Because
not
the people
memorable.
No, the people who made Burnout is making them, and don't get me wrong, Burnout's a great game, but Burnout and Need for Speed were two completely different genres for a reason, and it's not good now that they're one.
Sure.
Because it's bad for both brands, because Burnout was an amazing, destructive game. Need for Speed was amazing racing against the cops game, and they tried to... It's just bad.
Nope. Do you have anything else for EA?
Sad tears.
Sad tears. We've got sad tears ahead for our EA press conference next Saturday, only 6 days away. But it's all right.
Get that one out of the way, right? That's
just knock it out. Get it out of the way because the next day... Thanks for listening to FAMcast. Be sure to give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/forallmanakind. You can also find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and Spotify, so make sure you follow us there to keep up with the latest episodes.